Good to see you all again. Today I'm going to be talking about a wide variety of skills that we can use to manage the emotions that we feel throughout the day and the week. These skills come from a variety of disciplines, including DBT, sensorimotor, mind-body, the thought field therapy, and emotional freedom technique therapies. So we're just going to go through some of these to share them so that you have a wide range of things to do when you are feeling distressed. I like to call this a bag of tricks. So the first thing that we always do if we feel our distress starting to come up is that we always want to ground to the moment, right here, right now. Feel your feet on the floor, your back on the chair, sitting up straight, looking around, reminding what you're doing right here, right now, in this moment. That keeps us from being anxious about what's going to happen in the future or worrying or regretting what happened in the past, which really escalates a lot of our emotions. And the fact is, the only thing that we can do anything about effectively is right here in this moment. In fact, Jon Kabat-Zinn, the master in mindfulness, who wrote the book Full Catastrophe Living, says, pay attention right here, right now. Oh, I forgot part of it. Pay attention on purpose right here, right now. And that on purpose is really important, so that I'm glad in a way I forgot it because I'm highlighting it. Pay attention on purpose right here, right now. Now, if I'm wanting to think about the future and plan for the future, then right here, right now, on purpose, I'll maybe make a plan, but then let it go and then stay in the moment. Now, the next set of skills I'm going to talk about come from DBT. And the acronym for that is called TIP, T-I-P. The T stands for temperature. And temperature in this case is often cold temperature. And if you have a pair of ice packs or frozen vegetables, or if you live in Minnesota like I do, you can just go stand outside for 30 seconds when it's below zero. If not, though, you take these ice packs and you put them on your cheeks. And you can imagine if it's really, really cold, all of your attention goes to your cheeks. Also, it calms down the nervous system. So just shocking the system and calming down the system with a set of ice packs. The I stands for intense exercise. So what do? If I'm in shape, I might do 50 jumping jacks. If I'm not in shape, I might do 25. But whatever gets your system revved up and moving. And when you're done, what you find, of course, is what happens. And in that moment, you're able to sort of let go. So then the next thing is the P, which stands for both paced breathing and progressive relaxation. Paced breathing just means to relax. You breathe in and then you breathe out more counts. Now, if you're feeling lethargic and depressed and you don't have a lot of energy, then sometimes you breathe in longer and out shorter. So it would look like this. Now that sometimes gives me energy. Usually you've seen people do the other part of that, which is the breathing in and then breathing out more counts. Now, progressive relaxation stands for we progressively, either starting at our head or starting at our toes, we slowly relax and squeeze up different parts of our body, and then we let go. Now, if you do like I do when I was in college and I was really anxious about giving my first speech, the speech teacher said, everybody just, completely just your whole body, and then let go. Now, that's a quick way to do it if you're in the bathroom or you're worried about walking into a group of people or whatever. It's a good way to just quickly let go of the tension in your body. So those are the tip skills. So then the next thing I want to go to, and this is especially for people who might be feeling sad and lonely and depressed, we're then looking at more of a self-soothe or a self-comfort. Now, when we're thinking of self-soothe and self-comfort, we're really looking at the 5 senses. So maybe I look at some beautiful pictures, I hear some waves which calm me, or some music that is comforting to me, or I pick up my stuffed animal and I just hold it close to my heart. Now hopefully we have a bigger one. Or even a pet, and you just pet that pet, just feeling the texture of the fur that's really soft and comforting. Brew some hot chocolate, some hot tea for the taste, whatever might be something that is comforting and soothing to you. So remember, you're thinking about the 5 senses that can be comforting to us. Now notice, when I talk about comfort, I often cross my hands and I touch, because often we touch people in comfort. And so a skill to use that now comes from emotional freedom technique or thought field therapy is going to your heart. And on your heart, beginning to rub clockwise. Now, it might be the different direction as you're looking at it, but just rub clockwise for about 15 or 30 seconds. Now, know that we're often talking about a broken heart. And so doing this just helps our system sort of settle. And even people who kind of laugh at the tapping therapies and that sort of thing have said that doing that rubbing of their heart clockwise sometimes is really helpful in helping just their system calm. Now, going straight into emotional freedom technique, I'm going to show you the different procedures to tap. And this is based a lot on acupuncture, that there's different places that you tap that just really helps your system calm down. And this is especially good for anxiety, I think. So you start at the top of your head and you're tapping at the top of your head. And then you're going to the side of your eyebrows and you're tapping on the bone. And then you're going to the inside of the eyebrow, right above the eye. And you're always tapping for about 7 to 10 times. Now notice I'm now tapping under my nose. And oops, I forgot under my eyes. Look at these mistakes and see, it'll work anyway. That's the great thing. You go under your eyes, and then under your nose, and then in the cleft of your chin, and then on the top of your collarbones right here, and my necklace is going to get in the way of that, the top of my collarbone, 7 to 10 times, and then under my arm, right there. And then for most people, I add the inside of the little finger and the inside of the pointer finger. Okay, and then you move to your thighs and you tap on your thighs. Now remember this, you go from top to bottom to your thighs, tapping top of your head, eyebrows, under the eyes, under the nose, the chin, the collarbones, under your arm, your fingers, and then your thighs. And then you end with a karate chop. Now, if you think that maybe your system calmed down a little bit, then you start all over again and you do it again. And that really helps us calm down even more. So I encourage you, if you're interested in this, to go to the Emotional Freedom Technique or Thought Field Therapy websites on the web to look this up a little bit more, and they'll give more demonstrations of how to do this. It really does move the sensations in your body. So now I'm going to go into some more sensory moves, and this especially works on something we call the polyvagal nerve, which starts here and goes down through our neck, our heart, into our stomach. And that's why often we will feel sick to our stomach, or our heart will be pounding a lot, or we may feel numb and just out of it. Now what we can do is then we're moving the neck muscles to begin with. So just very simply, you can just look to one side and just let yourself look to that side for maybe 60 seconds, and then move and look to the other side for about 60 seconds. Now another exercise that you can do is you can put the hand on top of your head and then move your ear to your shoulder, and then take your eyes and look up to the opposite direction. When you do this, you sit this way for about 60 seconds. So sitting here for 60 seconds, and then when you're done, you come back to center, you take a breath, and then you put your hand on top of your head and you put your ear to your shoulder and you look up for about another 60 seconds. And it's good to do 60 seconds because that's about the minimum of what it takes to release sort of the tension that you might be feeling in your vagus nerve, which also has to do with anxiety. Now, I almost said 30, but I meant 60 seconds, and so that's what I want you to remember. Now, as I always like to end with yoga moves and just opening our chest and system, it's just really bringing our hands up and breathing out, and then bringing them back to the center and letting them be in a prayer position or a namaste position, which we often see. Now, these are just a quick set of skills that you can do any time that you want, and just choosing any of them. Now, it's interesting, I made some mistakes in this video, and I just chose to keep them in there because we want to be gentle with ourselves and forgiving of ourselves, and just know that nothing is perfect. So I hope that you enjoyed this bag of tricks, and that it can lead you to other places that can teach you things, and you can learn new ways to really calm your own nervous system in the middle of both this pandemic and any other crises that might be going on in your lives. So take care to all of you. Bye.